Hi, my name is Mark, and I'm from Napoleon Appliance Corporation. Napoleon is the largest privately owned grill manufacturer in North America. Today I'm going to be talking to you about infrared grilling. I sometimes get asked questions about how does infrared grilling work, does it really cook even better, and how hot does it really get? Charcoal is actually the original infrared system. Infrared has come a long way over the years. We've had lots of different infrared systems that have come out, and they perfected it over the years. Infrared systems are now almost expected in your grill. It's no longer just an extra accessory. People really want to start using infrared to cook their steaks. The Napoleon infrared system uses the same system as charcoal. It emits infrared waves, which is very important when you want to sear your steaks. Now here's one of our Napoleon ceramic burners. If you look closely, you can see that there's 10,000 ports. Inside of each of these ports emits a mixture of gas and air, which ignites, heats the ceramic area around it, and it glows red and hot fast, which is important. You want your burner to be efficient. The popularity of infrared grilling has grown exponentially over the years, but don't be fooled, not all infrared systems are the same. I'm going to be cooking on the Napoleon infrared burner as well as a competitor's infrared system. So what we have today is we have two beautiful steaks. I'm going to cook one on each of them, and I'm going to put some Napoleon steak spice on them just to make them a little bit more delicious. The most popular way to cook your steak is medium rare, so I'm going to cook them both to medium rare because, you know, the proof is in the pudding. Well, I guess in this case, it's the steak. After we're done cooking the steaks, we're going to clean up both units. I'm really hungry, so let's get started. So we're going to start with the Napoleon infrared burner first. So here we go, we'll get it lit. Now that our burners are lit, when you see that glowing red-orange, you know that it's ready to cook. This infrared burner gets from 0 to 1800 degrees in 30 seconds, and you'll be ready to cook. I have only had the grill on for a few seconds, and you can see that it's already well over 1000 degrees. Please remember that when you're ready to cook your steak, your grill needs to be as hot as possible so you get the best searing action. I'm going to leave it on this side for 3 minutes, and then we're going to flip it, but you can hear that sizzle, can't you? So I'm going to give it 3 minutes on this side, 3 minutes on the other side, and then we'll see how it looks. One thing to always remember is that after you're done cooking your steak, you should give it a few minutes to settle, just so the juices are nice and ready. As I mentioned before, your grill needs to be as hot as possible before you put your steak on. When I was measuring the temperature on the Napoleon grill, the grids got between 700 and 800 degrees. The actual port was anywhere from 1500 to 1800 degrees, so it's warming the air and searing it all the way across. The one concern that I have with this next grill that we're going to try, I don't think this grill is going to be able to get the temperature from 1500 to 1800 degrees in between the grids, and I think that's going to be a real problem because you want to sear the steak as best as possible so it can lock in those juices. All right, so I'm going to light the grill now, and we'll get that going here. Turn it on. Okay, so I think it's lit. I'm just going to check. Yeah, okay, it's lit. I'm going to give it a chance to warm up now so we can get grilling that extra steak. So it's been about 2 minutes now, so I'm going to read the temperature just to see if our grid is ready to cook now. So it looks like the grids are about 150 degrees, and the plate at the bottom is about 170, so it's not even close yet, so we're going to give it another 2 minutes. It's only 225 and then 250. That's not hot at all. All right, so it's been about 5 minutes now, and I'm going to check the temperature. It looks like the temperature gauges are anywhere from 600 to 650, but with my temperature gun, it looks like the grill is at about 460 to 480, and the stainless steel plate in the bottom looks to be around 460 to 470. So it looks like there's a bit of a discrepancy. It looks like our competitor's grill isn't going to get any hotter, but I'm not going to wait any longer, so I'm going to grab the steak so we can get grilling. So I just put the steak on and you can actually hear it sizzling not too bad. So I'm going to give it 3 minutes on this side, 3 minutes on the other side, and then we'll see how it looks. So now that I've flipped the steak, you can see there are some really good defined grill marks. But the problem is there's no searing in between those grill marks. So you're losing a lot of juice, so it's not going to be as juicy as the Napoleon steak. So I've given this steak the same amount of time as our first steak, so I'm going to move it over to the cutting board and we'll see how it looks. So as you can see, the steak is a little bit more rare than what we were hoping for, but to be fair, we gave it the same amount of time as our first steak. The grill marks that I mentioned earlier are just where it was touching the grill, so there's no searing in between it. So when you look at it, there's not nearly as much juice as the Napoleon steak. Since this steak was not completely seared, it lost a lot of its juices. The best way to clean your grill after you're done cooking is to turn your infrared burner back on, give it a few swipes with there. Your grids are cleaned, and everything that dropped down on your burner incinerates because it gets so hot. So that's about the best I can do when it comes to cleaning it. If I used any more sauces, if I used any sauces at all, it would be that much dirtier. So now I have to wait till it completely cools. I have to take the grids out, I can clean them, and then I have to take the stainless steel piece out and clean that as well. So it is certainly much more of a process. The bottom line is the Napoleon infrared burner sears the entire steak, which results in a juicier and tastier steak. I can't show this on video, but the flavor and the texture of the steaks are completely different, and that's one big advantage of searing at the higher temperatures. Now I'm going to enjoy the perfect Napoleon steak. Thanks for listening. There's nothing better than a Napoleon grill. My name's Mark. We'll see you next time. Happy grilling. Visit NapoleonGrills.com for more information.